People who live nearby call it a dangerous intersection. Tonight, what we've learned about a bad crash in Lexington that sent 2 people to the hospital.
Warm, dry days are helping crews speed up construction along Leestown Road. We'll tell you when they now expect to be finished.
A Lincoln County first responder in the fight of his life is getting help from his community thanks to some basketball.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Tonight we're tracking the investigation into a bad crash on a busy Lexington road. Within the last hour, we have learned that one of those drivers involved tonight has died. Police say a car T-boned a Mustang on Clays Mill Road at Wyndham Hills Drive. The man driving the Mustang died. The Fayette County coroner says he is 73-year-old John Herkamp of Lexington. Garrett Weimer has the latest in our top story at 11.
Neighbors say they knew it by the sound, a crash they could hear nearly a block away.
Like the roof caving in on our home, it was very obvious that it was a very bad collision.
Once they got to the scene, it didn't look any better.
It appears from the initial look that the red Mustang tried to turn onto Wyndham Hills from Clays Mill Extended outbound and was struck in the passenger side by that other vehicle that you see there.
Police say both drivers, the only people in the cars, were taken to UK Hospital. The driver of the Buick with injuries to her legs, the driver of the Mustang with much more serious injuries. Police shut down Clays Mill and redirected traffic while the crash reconstruction unit tried to figure out just what exactly happened.
We'll treat it as a crime scene until we know that it's not, but they will mark where all the vehicles are, look at all the evidence. They'll actually, in some cases, look at the depth of the penetration in vehicles, look at spin and yaw marks and whatnot on the road, mark it, and we will actually come out and do some forensic photography of it as well.
For those who live in the area, crashes at this corner hit close to home.
Oh, very tragic, certainly. We see this quite a bit in our neighborhood. This is a very dangerous intersection, especially Friday, Saturday afternoons.
This crash certainly one they say they never wanted to see or hear. In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And police say there is no indication that drugs or alcohol played any factor in that crash. Tonight, an assistant boys basketball coach at Woodford County High School has been arrested on charges he sexually abused a child. The Woodford County grand jury indicted 58-year-old Larry Watts. Investigators say he abused a child younger than 12 back in 2001. Versailles police tell us that more charges could be filed against him.
You'll take the case where it leads you. At this time, I don't believe that any former students are the victims, in this particular crime.
The Woodford County Superintendent says the school district just learned of the charges yesterday and they're discussing what steps to take next. Watts also worked in the Fayette County School District as a monitor at Morton Middle and an aide at Cardinal Valley Elementary, but school leaders say his contract was not renewed after this school year. If you live on the north side of Lexington, you're pretty familiar with them, and tonight we have an update on 2 major road projects. Crews have been widening Leestown Road, and they're also widening New Circle Road between Leestown and Versailles Road. Tonight, state road crews say the projects are both on schedule. As Kristen Kennedy tells us, new at 11, drivers say they can't be finished soon enough.
When you drive this road,
I drive about Leestown once a week, and it's pretty bad. The traffic's always stop and go. It's always bumper to bumper.
your bumper is often stopped beside a barrel.
When I'm in school, I'm every day. I'm over there, and the traffic is horrible. Lots of cars. You sitting there for 10, 15 minutes just in that line, and then people trying to merge over to get into this one lane now, and it's not 2 lanes no more. It's horrible over there.
Business owners like Bill Greathouse
I've got used to it, but it'd be nice when they get through with it.
Deal with the traffic every day. He sometimes directs it so trucks can get in and out of Great Acres Nursery.
Of course, the entrance is not but about 15, 20 feet wide, and they need more room for the trailer to get in, so they have to swing out. Of course, traffic's coming the other way. They've got to stop, and I've had to go out there at times to direct traffic, stop them so they could get around.
Kentucky transportation leaders are optimistic that before the end of the year, these barrels will be gone and construction on Leestown Road will be complete.
We didn't have a lot of work in the wintertime for that area because the work that needed to be done was temperature dependent. And now that we have, of course, proper temperatures, we're able to do the grade and drain.
Department of Highways Natasha Lacey says the other project, the New Circle Road widening project, is expected to be complete in September next year. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
The expected end date for the Leestown Road widening project is December of this year. It'll make Leestown Road from New Circle Road all the way to Masterson Station Park 4 lanes instead of its current 2 lanes. The steamy air led to a few showers and storms tonight, and it looks like that's a sign of what's to come this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at the forecast, and you've got some things on the radar there.
Yeah, we got a few showers and thunderstorms, Sam, that continue in that tropical air mass that is firmly now entrenched across the Bluegrass State. And as you mentioned, a sign of what's ahead of us over the next several days. Late evening thermometers. If you're just getting home from a Friday evening out on the town, or maybe you're just getting ready to head out to a Friday night out on the town. Temperatures into the muggy mid and upper 70s. Live first alert defender earlier in the day. Southern Kentucky stealing a lot of the showers and thunderstorms. Late in the day into the evening, it's northern Kentucky getting in on showers and thunderstorms. Interstate 64 corridor, the storms have been dodging this area pretty much all day long. Right now, thunder and lightning calming down with this action across the Fleming County area. A little bit of an uptick in some thunder and lightning here in northern parts of Kentucky right now. If you're looking at this out of northern parts of Harrison County, Scott County, where you had some booming storms a little earlier, you're seeing some distant rumbles of thunder, or flashes of lightning, and hearing a distant rumble of thunder that extends back to the south and southwest. What is out there now will slowly begin to calm down, but the atmosphere continues to be primed with little impulses and juice coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. Another little plume across the Plain States into the Ohio Valley. Sam, that means your tropical feel is going to continue. Rounds of thunderstorms are on the way. We'll talk about the potential for some heavy rains over the next week when I come back here in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. New tonight, police have now charged a prison employee in connection to the escape of 2 convicted killers in New York State. Those men still have not been found, but police claim the employee gave those inmates some materials before the escape. Hannah Daniels has the latest.
Sources tell CBS News that prison employee Joyce Mitchell may have provided some of the tools convicted killer Richard Matt and David Sweat used to break out of the Clinton Correctional Facility last weekend.
She's been charged with promoting prison contraband, first degree, a Class D felony.
Investigators want to know if her husband, Lyle Mitchell, who also works at the prison, was involved as well, although he has not been charged. Friday's search focused on a property about 3.5 miles southeast of the prison, where hundreds of law enforcement officers scoured the woods.
Got to assume they're cold, wet, tired, and hungry, but I would advise and remind the community and the residents that that makes these individuals even more dangerous and desperate.
With the search entering its 2nd week, residents here are looking forward to an end to the heavy police presence.
It's really disrupting everybody's lives around town right now.
Police are eager to catch the men, too. They have a message for the escaped killers.
We're coming for you, and we will not stop until you are caught.
Police believe the 2 men might still be together. Hannah Daniels, CBS News, Dannemora, New York.
Police also charged that employee, Joyce Mitchell, with criminal felicitation, which is a misdemeanor. Tonight, we've learned a teenager hit by a train in eastern Kentucky has died. Police say 14-year-old Willie Salisbury was walking on train tracks in Floyd County this afternoon when the train hit him. He later died at a hospital. Police say video from a nearby camera indicated the teenager was wearing headphones and looking down at an electronic device at the time. Police say the train's engineer sounded its horn, but he couldn't stop the train in time. New tonight, a screening committee helping find Fayette County's next school superintendent has narrowed that candidate list. School leaders say the committee has recommended 7 potential candidates to the school board. Their names have not been released. A search firm will now conduct background and reference checks on all of them. Once that's finished, the school board will decide how many candidates to bring in for public interviews. He went to the doctor for a neck injury, but doctors discovered something much worse. This weekend, a community will rally around a Lincoln County first responder battling cancer. Stanford paramedic Les Ritchie was diagnosed in February. Stanford EMS has organized a basketball game for tomorrow night to raise money for Ritchie's medical costs. His family says they never expected such an outpouring of community support.
And this really touched us that they go through all this effort for us, for him. It really, like they said, he couldn't believe somebody would do all this for him.
That game is 7 tomorrow night at Lincoln County Middle School. Stanford EMS will play first responders from Pulaski County. Tickets are just $2 or $1 for first responders in uniform. A smash and grab robbery caught on tape. In 9 minutes, we'll hear from a Kentucky jewelry store owner about what he calls a surprising crime at his business. And then they call it a show that has something for everyone. What you'll see and hear on a grand night for the UK Opera Theater. New tonight, police are looking for a woman they say robbed a Pike County jewelry store, and it was all caught on tape. The robbery happened yesterday at Hefner's Jewelry. The owner says the woman walked in with a helmet covering her face, then took out a hammer and smashed open a case filled with diamond rings. After grabbing some of the jewelry, the robber ran off. The owner says this is an unusual crime for his business.
My grandfather started our business in 1921, and this is the first time in 93 years that we actually have had a open hour robbery.
The owner says he fired a shot at the robber as she got away, but the bullet hit a nearby wall. At last check, police had not found the robber. Quite a surprise for some people in Laurel County. They saw an alligator turned up in the middle of the road. A truck driver saw the gator in the middle of Progress Road near London. It was dead by that time, though. People who worked nearby say at first they had a hard time believing it.
I was inside the office. I'm third shift dispatcher, and one of the drivers here for us, he had came down the road and said that he had seen a gator in the road. I was kind of shocked at first and kind of laughed a little bit. Then he said no, he said, I'm not kidding.
Nope, he wasn't. The gator was a little more than 3 feet long. So far, no one is sure where it came from. But Kentucky Fish and Wildlife leaders say that some people bring back gators from Florida and release them once they get too big or too dangerous. Well, this was a grand night for the UK Opera Theater.
Turn out the lights.
The 23rd annual production of It's a Grand Night for Singing kicked off tonight at the Singletary Center on the UK campus. Singers of all ages perform everything from classic Broadway to pop music hits. Organizers say everyone will hear something they like.
We have some of the current Broadway shows like Cinderella. We have shows that you saw on the Tonys the other night, and so it's really something for everybody. So it's a big family outing.
You can catch the performance at 7:30 tomorrow night, at 2 on Sunday afternoon, or next Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You can also buy tickets through the Singletary Center box office. The University of Kentucky hopes this will be the healthiest weekend in Lexington. As part of a fundraiser for the Markey Cancer Foundation, UK's Healthiest Weekend includes a fitness event, a health expo, and the Survive the Night Team Triathlon, which began tonight at Spindletop Hall. Teams will compete all night long. Yours truly is on one of those teams tonight. This was organized by UK radiation oncologist Dr. Jonathan Feddick. He raised $176,000 last year through his Ironcology program.
Now, I wanted to keep that momentum going, and I thought, what better than instead of me continuing doing Ironman, I'll have someone else do it. So I thought I would organize a race. That's a relay. I want it to be fun. I want it to be a good introduction to triathlon, and I want everybody else to get involved.
The Health Expo is tomorrow morning from 9 to noon at Spindletop Hall.